I've wished to change the world when I was young, but I had no idea how or what I wanted to accomplish with my life as I got older. So in the last couple of years, especially the last few months, I did a variety of things. I studied in a foreign university, worked at Mercedes-Benz, traveled to interesting places, and started my own entrepreneurial venture. I continued looking outside, never fully feeling satisfied or at peace, until I came upon these words by Rumi. I was clever yesterday, therefore, I wanted to change the world. I am smart now, thus, I am changing myself. I realized I need to start with myself, in order to see any changes in my life. And all the development you want to see in your life starts with you. If you improve the inside, the outside will follow. The fact is that you have the ability to create everything you want, but you are the obstacle between where you are and where you want to be. You, not the time, money, or circumstances. Do you want to know why? It's because you're your worst enemy. The quicker you realize this, the quicker you embrace it, the quicker you'll want to figure out how to improve. Yesterday you were clever, therefore, you wish to transform the world. You are smart now, therefore, you are transforming yourself. This is 1% better every day. Here are 35 life lessons that I have learned in my early 20s, or the past few months and some even years ago, that you should learn as soon as possible in your life. Learn them, think about them, then put them into practice. Part 1. Number 1. You will find that your whole life changes instantly. You should be grateful for what you have, and use it to do good, rather than simply take it for granted. A friend of mine crashed his motorbike and lost consciousness on the street a couple of years ago. In a split second, he broke his back and tore ligaments in his knee and hand. His life completely changed in a matter of seconds. Beirut was shaken by the third largest explosion in human history. 200 individuals were killed in a second, and thousands were left homeless. One of them might have easily been me, if I was present there. Many overlook the presence of death in our life. It hovers in the area we can't see, and it may catch us, taking away our most precious gift, the joy of being alive, at a glance, and with a snap of the finger. Your entire life may flip in a matter of seconds. So, don't take what you've got for granted. Rather, be grateful for what you have, and use it to help others. Number 2. Feeling confused every now and then is normal. The fact is, you owe everything to yourself now, and nothing to yourself in the past. I always believed that being lost was something to be embarrassed about. Now, I understand that this is the natural path of life, since life is a painting of swirls and ripples, twists and turns, successes and failures, rather than a straight path from point A to point B. It's a self-discovery and development journey. We paint it with one shade, then restroke it with a different shade. Life is a process of transformation. So, it's natural to feel lonely and confused. And no matter how complete everybody else appears to be, when you dive deeper, you'll discover that they're all simply figuring it out. Every business owner is always attempting to find out how to get more sales. Every couple in a relationship is always attempting to find out how to keep their relationship going. And every new parent is always trying to figure out how to navigate their way through parenting. Let's be honest, I've realized that feeling lost is a sign of progress. It simply means that the things you formerly loved are no longer important to you. Do you know why? It's because you're not your younger self anymore. You established objectives and ambitions for who you wanted to be as a grown-up when you were young, but as time and new experiences passed, your passions shifted, and your thinking evolved as well. Now, I've recognized that my old ideals for my future self no longer resonated with my current ideals for myself. The same is true for you. The individual you are now is not accountable for becoming the individual you once envisioned. You are solely responsible for becoming the individual you want to be today. Your younger self owes you nothing, but your current self owes you everything. So, it's fine if you're stuck or unsure about what you're doing with your life. You're not supposed to have it all worked out right away, since it's a journey. What matters is that you aren't using feeling stuck as an excuse to be stuck in a rut. What matters is that you spend more time working in the speech of action than in the speech of observation and thinking. If you like my videos, smash that like button and subscribe, so that the YouTube algorithm recommends our video to people who really need our knowledge. Number 3. Because action produces greater clarity than thinking. It is impossible to think yourself into a better life. You have to act yourself into it. A new life cannot be created by thinking. It has to be created by doing. What is the best way to figure out what you really want out of life? You focus on what you believe you want and take steps to get it. Because of everything I've learned, that's the best response I can offer you. Thoughts produce less clarity than action. I spent a major portion of my teenage years believing that what I hoped to accomplish with my life was to become the CEO of a global corporation, until I joined one and discovered it wasn't what I needed. After a few years at Mercedes-Benz, I spent a major portion of my time fantasizing about becoming a business owner and founding the next great business, until I started my own and realized that's not what I really want. Ultimately, the only way you can learn, improve, and figure something out is by doing it, so taking action is a better strategy than thinking. Using the cooking skills you have learned will help you become a better cook. The skill of writing can be learned by taking the time to sit down and write every day. When you follow your curiosity and walk the road, you'll acquire experience, and the answer to what you really want will emerge as you strive toward what you believe you want. All you need now is a new direction to go in. You only need to know where, not how. When you start walking the route and embrace the journey, the answers eventually come to you, and the road starts to emerge. That is why you cannot imagine your way into a new life. You must act in order to do so. Number 4. Seeking happiness will lead to suffering, unless you learn that happiness is the path to choose. While walking my friend home, I met his friend who was in her early 20s. It told me she was unable to discover happiness in her life, and she was still hunting and seeking it. Unfortunately, I used to believe the same. Maybe it's because modern culture teaches that happiness is a goal to reach. The incentives will solve all our troubles, or the freedom we will get by quitting our 9-to-5 work. As a result, we now live with the belief that if X happens, I'll be happy. I spent the last decade building this poisonous attitude, and it influenced every significant life decision I made. I was constantly on the hunt for the next great thing, always looking for the next big thing, never fully appreciating what I already had right here, right now. Here's what I would like you to understand. We don't have to go seeking happiness on a paradise island. No, happiness is a profound rose of satisfaction that you take around with you wherever you go, and you can choose whether or not to water it every morning when you get up. There is nothing that determines your happiness based on your belief of how well you are doing, how far you have walked, or what's ahead of you. Your level of connection, forgiveness, and satisfaction with all that is right now determines your level of happiness. Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "There is no route to happiness, happiness is the path." If you don't understand this feeling, and instead pursue the great elusive dream of a hypothetical happy life, you'll never feel the sense of self-worth and satisfaction that can be attained right now. A happy life only requires being present, writing down what you are appreciative of each morning, accepting whatever comes your way, and doing something to make you happy every day. These are some of the easiest, simplest, and most realistic ways to be happier. Number 5. Change your life by accepting and applying the following guidelines. Ambition gets you started, consistency gets you where you want to go, and determination keeps you going. I just spoke about being an entrepreneur, becoming fit, investing my money, and achieving peace of mind from the age of 17 to 20, but I never did it. Why? Because all I did back then was talking and never doing. So, on my 21st birthday, I committed myself a year to stop talking and start doing. A few months later, I established my first business, failed miserably, but I committed to becoming an entrepreneur, and my life has permanently changed. After 6 months, I decided to pursue a career as a content creator. I made a commitment to this new career, and throughout the months, I developed a plan to assist me to stay on track. What was the secret to my progress? Every week, I regularly created and released 2 videos. I pushed myself to show up, sit in a chair, and write the script, and do the edit. Even on days when I didn't feel like writing or working. If you want to change your life around, here's what you must do. Commit to one thing. Stay consistent in it. Push through it. Commitment is what propels you forward on a new path. What gets you anywhere is consistency, which is the key to making long-term and permanent changes in your life. And it's your perseverance that keeps you going in the face of hardship. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss videos of my journey in search of mental clarity. This is 1% better every day, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep improving and stay blessed.